All right, I am here today with Grant Kircher, who is an admissions counselor at Holy Cross College. Grant, thank you for joining me.
Hey, thank you, Brian.
So, Grant, tell us a little bit about Holy Cross, where it is, how many students go there, kind of anything that you might think would be helpful for students to know, and why they would want to attend Holy Cross.
Yeah, of course. Great question. First of all, thank you for having us here. Holy Cross, we're located in South Bend, Indiana, so probably around 2-ish hours from Franklin. We are located right across the street from the University of Notre Dame. We were founded in 1966 by the Congregation of Holy Cross. We have 500 students at Holy Cross, so that's about a 12-to-1 student to teacher ratio. No more than 25 students in any of our freshman year classes. So it really allows for that more personalized one-on-one education where students are going to be known by their professors, what they want to do with their college degree, things they're good at, things that they like, things like that. So it really is, it's a pretty cool community. I myself graduated from Holy Cross College, so I'm a little bit even more biased than the typical admissions counselor. I still have some of my teachers' phone numbers from when I was a student here, or I'm friends with them on Facebook, social media, things like that. One of the things that really has Holy Cross differ from any other school or university is the fact that we're going to make sure that your education is not at the expense, or that the education of your brain is not at the expense of your heart. So, we're going to make sure that you're going to grow spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and so that way we can make you the best person that we can when your time here at Holy Cross is done.
I like it. I like it. Kind of making you well-rounded all the way, all the way.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, what do you look for in a potential student at Holy Cross?
Yeah, that's a great question. So some of the things that we look at, of course, are the classes that students are taking. If they're taking, just a regular 4 years of like a Core 40 diploma through the state of Indiana, or if they're taking more of like an honors courses with like honors classes, AP, dual credit, IB, things like that. We also look at GPA. Again, that kind of is a nice benchmark for what we think students can do here at Holy Cross. And then also we like to look at students' extracurriculars, see what they're involved in, whether it be the church, the community, the school, athletics, all sorts of things like that. And then, of course, if students feel free, they can add like letters of recommendation or counselor recommendations, things like that.
Okay. So, you want students who are in lots of different activities, is what you're preferring.
Yeah, there won't be counted against if they're not in a lot of activities, but it just kind of shows the entire person rather than just the academic side of the individual, because we know that that's not all college is about. A lot of it is, of course, academia, but there's also a lot of spiritual life and student or academics here or extracurriculars here to get involved with also.
Yeah. And then as far as like athletics, what division are you guys, and what sports do you have?
Yes, sir. So we're in the NAIA. We compete in what's called the Chicagoland Athletic Conference. So we play other schools in and around Chicago, like Trinity International, St. Francis in Illinois, Governor State, Cardinal Stritch, some in Michigan and Wisconsin. And then we are in the NAIA. So we can give out athletic scholarships.
Okay.
And then we have 4 varsity sports here at Holy Cross: men and women's basketball, tennis, soccer, and golf.
All right. All right. I like those.
Yeah.
So, you got to have basketball if you're in Indiana, then,
Oh,
right?
yes, sir.
Okay, so as far as the academic requirements to get accepted into Holy Cross, what are some of the academic requirements to get in there?
Yes, sir. So there's not like you have to take like X amount of classes. We're really, again, we're looking at the class that you are taking and then the GPA and what you're coming in with. We're test optional, so that doesn't necessarily have to be. You don't have to have like a certain SAT or ACT score. So yeah, really, again, we're looking at the class that you're taking and then how well you are or are not doing in those classes. Like I said, you don't have to take 4 years of a foreign language or anything like that. We
Okay.
like to look at the student holistically rather than trying to force them into fitting into these certain boxes. We're going to compare Brian to Brian to Brian, not necessarily Brian to Grant to John to Tom, things like that.
Okay, I gotcha. Now, as far as the programs that you offer there, what are some of the programs that you offer? The ones that you're known for, or just that you think are great. And
Yeah.
also, are any of those programs? Do you have different admissions requirements?
Yes, sir. So all of our admissions requirements are the same. There's not, a whole lot for each of the different majors. Some of our more popular majors are business, biology, psychology, and elementary education. And then theology is starting to pop up a little bit more frequently as well. I love the business program because that's what I graduated with, was a business degree. And so a lot of the professors have worked in the fields in which they're teaching in. So they have not only that book experience, but that firsthand real life experience also. And then another really cool thing is that 100% of students from Holy Cross graduate with an internship. So you kind of get like that firsthand taste of whatever area you're going into, whether it's business, community or English, psychology, theology, history, any which way. And then our career development team does a great job of trying to find paid internships for students as well. We know they're giving up, a lot of time and resources. And so the worst that we can do is try and find or make sure they're compensated in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. That and the real world experience, it's so helpful.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so that way, you're actually wanting to use your degree rather than leaving here in 4 years and deciding, well, that was kind of a waste,
Yeah, that's worst case scenario right there.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so as far as the kind of the hot button topic lately has been cost of college.
Mm-hmm.
So and now I've done enough of these interviews that I know there's going to be the cost, the sticker price, and then there's going to be what the kids actually pay because of blank. So what I need to know is the sticker price and then the blank that gets them from there to here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so sticker price is $46,800, which is including room and board, and of course, tuition. But on average, our students receive around $28,000 worth of financial aid assistance. So it really kind of brings it down to the state of or to the price of a state school. And then a really big thing is when students apply, if their GPA is between 2.4 and higher, they'll automatically be considered for one of our merit-based scholarships. And those scholarships range anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000. So based on GPA alone, they could be looking at, like I said, anywhere from the scholarships go in increments of $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $18,000, and $20,000.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then, so I guess I'll get you out of here on this one.
Okay.
When you were going through this process, what's something that you wish you had known about then that you know now?
I think one of the big things, and it is there. Okay, so there's two really big things. One of them is going to sound cliche, and then one of them is just speaking honestly. So the cliche one is find wherever you feel that you're most at home. When I was touring colleges, I was looking mainly in the Indiana area. I looked at Grace, Holy Cross Bethel, and IUSB, and I just felt that home feeling when I stepped on campus here at Holy Cross. And for a lot of students, it's going to be their home for 3, 4, 5 years. And so you really want to make sure that you're in a good community, good environment, somewhere where you feel welcome, again, that really homey feeling. And then secondly is to ask questions. I ask my coworkers all the time, different sorts of questions. I ask my friends and family questions, but, really, it may sound like a silly question, but there really is no such thing as a dumb question. No matter if you've gone with brother or sister or mom and dad to a college orientation before, or, a college visit, each college varies a little bit. And so just getting as much information as you need in order to feel like you have a good grasp of what that school or university is like, then there's no such thing as a silly question.
Yeah, just making sure you're at where you want to go and just making sure you never stop learning, because that's what it's going to be for your whole life. You should constantly keep asking questions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Grant, for joining me here today. I really appreciate it, learning all about Holy Cross and everything it offers. So I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the time this afternoon. I really appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, hopefully we get to talk to you guys again here soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So once again, Grant Kirscher, admissions counselor at Holy Cross College.